This is the tranquil county of Cumbria in the north of England. It's the perfect spot for a relaxing walk. Except not today. Because today the gentle twittering of birdsong is being torn apart by the roar of World Rally Championship cars. This fast and furious sport is quite simply the most absurdly dangerous type of car racing you could ever be foolish enough to try. The idea is that teams take a regular road car, modified at a cost of over $1 million, and then set the drivers loose to negotiate a high-speed assault course of bumps, slippery surfaces and twisting roads without a crash barrier in sight. One mistake and they're likely to be brought to a terminal halt by an unforgiving forest tree. All of which means to become a winner like two-times World Rally champion Marcus Gronholm, you need the supreme souped-up motor.
This car behind me is the ultimate rally car for these conditions, and you can't do the same with a standard car.
For Marcus's team, M Sport, every World Rally Championship event poses a unique set of engineering challenges, with races on gravel, tarmac, and even snow.
One example, you can be minus 40 degrees in Sweden or Norway, or you can be up to sort of 40 degrees in Turkey, Cyprus, Greece, somewhere like that.
So the challenge for M Sport is to convert a regular Ford Focus into a race car that's not only incredibly fast, but is also built like a tank. Here at the team's headquarters in Cumbria, the first problem facing the design department is to create a body that is both light and yet tough enough to withstand the demands of off-road racing. The team begin with the regular body shell and then set to work with oxyacetylene torches and hammers to modify it. The first task is to fit a tough roll cage and internal struts to provide extra crash protection. Having made the body shell safer with the roll cage, the next job is to reduce weight by stripping out any unneeded components. So out comes the car radio, cigarette lighter and furry dice. And any essential components they can't just throw away are remade using lightweight aluminium instead of the regular steel. The trouble is, as the car gets lighter, its increased power can cause it to lose grip. So to improve aerodynamics and downforce, they add a new, larger rear wing and redesign all the body panels.
The wings give us a lot of downforce, and downforce puts more vertical load on the tyre. So thanks to that, we've got more side grip and we can go around the corner faster.
And in order to ensure the engine transfers all of its power to the road, the team also completely redesigned the transmission. So whereas the standard road car is a two-wheel drive, the rally car is a four-wheel drive to provide it with extra grip and power. By the time they finish these modifications, an incredible 80% of the car will have been completely rebuilt.
The body shell alone, it's 1,000 man-hour.
But to propel a winning rally car at up to 250 kilometers an hour, you also need an incredibly powerful engine that's both lightweight and reliable. So with the help of computer-aided design, the engine is redesigned using lighter materials, including an all-alloy block which helps lower the car's center of gravity. This makes it possible to increase the engine size of the Ford Focus from the standard 74 horsepower up to 300 horsepower, meaning that instead of going from 0 to 60 in just over 14 seconds, it manages it in 3.9. To ensure maximum reliability, every part has to be manufactured with extreme precision, particularly the gearbox, which must transmit the power of the engine to the wheels and survive a serious thrashing from the driver.
If the tolerances are wrong, then the gearbox doesn't work as it should. It gets hot and goes bang.
The only loud noise they want filling their ears is the sound of a perfectly tuned engine.
We'll just warm it up and then we'll do a spot check at 5,000.
If any of the components in this car fails, it could mean the end of the team's multi-million-dollar championship dreams. So here in the dynamometer testing department, 25 sensors monitor exhaust gases, temperature, noise and vibration to spot any potential problems. To assess its performance, the engine is powered up to almost 8,000 revolutions per minute until it literally begins to glow. Finally, this hand-built car is assembled in something nearing operating theatre conditions. But all this technology on its own is not enough to produce a winning rally car. There's one vital ingredient we haven't mentioned yet: the team.
They are very special people. They're people who are prepared to work. You know, if they have to work 24 hours, they'll work 24 hours.
M Sport have 180 full-time employees, 55 of whom travel to every event to work on the cars. And most important of all is their driver, Marcus Grönholm. It's up to Marcus to test drive the car and provide vital feedback to the designers and engineers to allow them to fine-tune it before the next race.
When you are going really fast, the car is of course going sideways, but it's not the quickest. Quickest is really neat and just with a good line. That's the best for the stopwatch.
So once they have Marcus's feedback, the team set to work with the spanners and begin swapping components such as suspension, brakes and tyres to ensure the car is perfectly set up for the race.
Your suspension needs to be a lot stronger, for instance, for a very rough event like Greece or Cyprus than in relation to something like Monte Carlo or Spain, which is tarmac.
In order to become a successful rally team, M Sport need to continually refine and redesign their car every time it races.
Maybe every rally we have new parts on the car or new setup.
In 2006, the team's hard work paid off when Ford won their first Manufacturers' World Rally Championship in 25 years. So it seems learning to drive like a lunatic might impress your mum after all. Just don't try doing it in her regular Ford Focus.